Hi everyone, Sarah Lansing here for iTech 3235. I believe that's the number. I am just recording this to go over some reflections about some of the projects we've done so far, and the ones that have kind of hit the most at home, I guess. With that, we did one on vision, and I don't know that anyone really got to see just how bad my eyesight is, but I'm blind as a deaf bat. That's always been my joke. If you look in the recording, you can see my temple ends here in my glasses and ends all the way over here in real life. That's because the refraction of the light coming through my lenses is so big. It's so different. Basically, if I was born in the Middle Ages, I probably wouldn't have survived because my eyes are so bad, I wouldn't have been able to do any of the things. I had a teacher who actually treated me like I was a dunce because I never got the work done that was assigned if it was on the board. As a punishment, one time she wrote everything down and handed it to me and told me to go do it in the kindergarten classroom with the other kids who can't do stuff, right? Because I was the troublemaker. I was the bad kid. Well, because I couldn't see anything. Now, I've forgiven her in my heart since then, but it kind of begs the question, at what point do we recognize that? It was first grade, so there is a lot of hyperactivity at that age. There's also a lot of people or a lot of students who can't really read yet. So that's part of it, part of what makes it so difficult. But with tech, what can we do for that student? So part of it could be just digital logging of, okay, during this assignment that was done this way, this student did not complete on time. And then, okay, this next assignment that was done a different way, this student did not complete on time. And then the teachers can kind of notice that pattern to see that your student can't see anything on the board. The other thing is just in general, we have, let me pull this out. This is my Kindle. Can open it up because I'm the guy who puts it in a leather bookcase. You can see right now I don't have the text very small or very large because when I go to sleep, I actually take off my glasses and then I read, and in order to be in focus, it's got to be here. So I usually close one eye and I read, or I'll close the other eye and I'll read. And that's how I read at night. I'm 3 years old, and that's how I read at night. I found that the Kindle is gentler on my eyes at night, and I don't have to have a book light with a Kindle. But that's part of it. Other things they've talked about, there's Google Glass, obviously, which can do like tech interface on there that you can put a prescription into. I've seen theoretical concepts of like a contact lens with a chip in it. So that chip can actually adapt to what's going on with your eye, because the issues with the astigmatism, things like that, it's about how your eye is shaped. So I actually have very skinny eyes, which means I'm extremely nearsighted. So because of that, a contact lens that can sense that and then adjust accordingly means you wouldn't have to go back to the eye doctor every year to get a prescription for contacts. You could go get this magic tech and then maybe just swap those out. Maybe make sure those are still working, but not have the air puff. All of that stuff that has to happen. So that's one of the thoughts. Just in general, I'm kind of curious to see what happens in the future. We've got LASIK, but it's still it makes your eyes really dry. And if you already have dry eyes, then it might not be a good fit. So I'm curious to see what the next thing that people find is. There's a PKR or something where they're kind of shaving it off, which is disturbing. But there's a lot of different things like that. So by the time I'm needing readers on top of by the time I start getting farsighted in addition to nearsighted, because it doesn't actually just counteract it, sadly. By that point, I'm hoping there will be some better tech, something better than just bifocals or trifocals. Right now they've got the no line, but for some users that's actually more difficult because they've got to figure out exactly where that line's going to be, where that adjustment happens. I've seen that in the doctor's office. So yeah, that one was really poignant to me because I've got hope for the future, but there's also the unknown of it. And if something's not been tested, it's iffy. One of my friends always said that, hey, totally do LASIK just as soon as you meet the eye doctors all getting LASIK. And that's kind of like, well, yeah, if they're willing to do it, then cool. But we'll see. All right, so that's my 2 cents. Bye.